Our reporter Kevin Ogutu, where the county government of Kisumu is committed to eradicate water hyacinth from the lake and improve maritime activities therein, has finally come to fruition. ODM leader Raila Odinga will tomorrow lead county and national government officials in removal of the weed from the lake, as well as the dredging of Gulf and the harbour. Now let's talk to our reporter Kevin Ogutu. And Ogutu, I understand now you're okay. You can talk to us. Kindly bring us up to date with this good news for Kisumu residents.
Well, a very good morning, Brenda, and sorry for the technical hitch that was there earlier on. The preparations right now for the official launch of this particular dredger is on high gear right here at the Kisumu port. The very vessel that is behind me is, I'm being informed, is a dredger that will be removing the soil and whatever matter that is there in a bid to increase the depth of this particular port, and then of course the way from here connecting to the various ports. Of course, I will be speaking with the engineer Javan Wanga shortly, but of course this is really a welcome move even ahead of the official launch tomorrow, Brenda, given the past that we've had. This particular vessel is not going to solve the matter of water hyacinth yet, but it's going to really increase the depth of this particular port so that even bigger vessels can be able to dock here, and of course bigger vessels with bigger tonnage can be able to come through the waterway after the dredging, because I'm being informed that the minimum depth is supposed to be 6 meters, but in some parts of this particular lake it is less than that, and therefore it becomes very difficult for some vessels with a higher tonnage to really get here. So this is really an important move, and of course given former Prime Minister's role as in charge of infrastructure in AU, this is one of the really key projects that will of course uplift the business in this particular region. But of course, let's just get it from the horse's mouth, and I will be bringing on board engineer Javan Wanga, who is in charge of inland waterways. Of course, he will better explain the position that you hold. And please break it down to us on what exactly this particular vessel will be doing and what this means for the business of the region. And of course, given that you'll be connecting the various ports, you can be elaborate enough and then try to explain to us what really this means ahead of the launch tomorrow.
Thank you, Ogutu. Actually, the vessel behind us is a ship, but it is purpose-built. It's a dredger, and the main purpose of a dredger is actually to dredge the channel and the berths along the ports, to actually increase the depth of the channels and also the berthing areas where ships dock. Now, it's here to demonstrate its ability to dredge, but you will note that there's a lot of hyacinth around this gulf, which has to be dealt with first. There are plans actually to clear the hyacinth, and immediately that is done, then we'll move on to now start dredging the channel to widen it, to make it deeper to 6 meters when it is dry season, and also broaden it to 80 meters so that it can accommodate bigger ships. Now what that means, even the dredger behind me, the capacity is 4,000 tons. But at the moment it arrived here, because it's empty, if you were to load it here with 4,000 tons, it will not be able to go back because it will run aground. Now the idea is to deepen the channel so that we can be able to accommodate bigger vessels and also be able to transport more cargo through the pier in Kisumu. Well, there's a Kisumu pier and the other smaller facilities within Lake Victoria that Kenya Ports Authority is also planning to see how we can revamp them so that they can be able to complement this particular facility. And at the moment, our biggest customer is Uganda. Ugandans they are working on a similar facility at their end, which includes coming up with a modern berthing facilities in Uganda. And at some point, even Kenya Ports Authority will also improve this facility to be able to berth those bigger ships and be able to increase the capacity.
So how long is this likely to take, engineer? Talking about months, weeks, years?
Well, as I said earlier, we have plans underway. Dredging, we will be expecting, if all goes as planned, then within 3 months' time, we should be seeing a harvester trying to to clear the hyacinth first. Once that is done, then the dredger will now start dredging the channel, and the channel 63.1 kilometers up to around meter, and 1.6 kilometers square around the port area. That's an exercise that will take about 18 months once it commences. Yes.
The water hyacinth, some people from our viewers are able to see massive presence of water hyacinth, and they are probably wondering, once the dredging is done, will it be okay for the business to go on, or will water hyacinth be a challenge for the docking of this ship? Maybe for somebody who is wondering, because right now the lake looks more of a field, and they will be wondering, will it really make it easier for the ship to dock?
Well, of course, if the hyacinth is removed, it interferes with the propelling of ships. The hyacinth entangles the propellers under the ship, and it damages them. Of course, the speeds are slower as well, and it will make a very big difference once the place has been cleared of hyacinth.
And we are looking at Lake Victoria connects, of course. You've mentioned Uganda. We have the East African community. Probably the possible involvement of other countries when it comes to making the marine transport really a feasible, a really profitable venture. One thing that we are doing right now, like dredging, is one of the things that needs to be done. What's the involvement of other East African states in this matter?
Well, as I've said earlier, actually the dredger is coming from Uganda, and the Ugandan government, together with Kenyan government, is working together to ensure that the link is there, and we are doing good business. Of course, we have interest in Mwanza as well. If the port is up to the standards that we are hoping to bring it to, then it means that we will also attract business from Mwanza as well, to and from.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, engineer, for your time.
Thank you.
So, Brenda, that is it from the horse's mouth. That is none other than Engineer Javans Awanga, who is